Hi TGV, this is JHL coming to you from Mount Tamborine, Queensland, Australia. I thought I'd show you a little bit more detail of my office, which I call the captain's cabin. I would suspect that you probably understand why I give it that nickname. I love junk, so I collect and I make, and they all gravitate to this area. It's where I conduct my business, and the knickknacks always give me a bit of joy. But first things first, I suppose, watch check. I've got a watch winder for it at the moment. It's illuminated, and the watch is a Rolex Submariner. Reference 5513. I bought it back in 1974 for myself for my 21st birthday. I've had some timing issues with it, as you're aware, but since I've put it on this timer and opened the crown up, it has not missed a beat. I can't believe it, but there you go. It was going to cost me $1,000 to get it service, so I went out, and after having watched one of your videos, and it was where I think you're comparing it to an Orient Black Ray, something like that, I went out and bought a Seiko SKX 009K2. I bought it sight unseen, which is against your advices, but they don't sell them here in Australia, and when it arrived and I saw it, I was absolutely blown away by it. I am so pleased. Thank you very much for your recommendation. One stage when I was buying some jewellery for my wife for Christmas, I at the jeweller was this wall clock that's it's quartz. I saw it. It's in the obvious shape of the subby, so I couldn't resist. I had to buy it, and it's been keeping good time. Cheap. It was only about 60 Australian dollars. Some more stuff looking around the room. Just thought I'd show you a few bits and pieces that I've got. Oh, here we go. I brew my own beer, and I've called it Pissed Parrot. It's usually an India Pale Ale base that I brew it on, and it comes up very nicely. Thank you very much. I also do a bit of archery. I'm on a couple of acres here, so I use my compound bow. This is a Martin Sabre. It's not a serious compound bow, but it does everything I need it to, which is basically miss the target every time. I've set it up with some decent sights and a few other things so that I don't miss by that much, but I still miss. What else have we got here? Oh, Skull liquor, Skull vodka. And it is extremely nice. Very expensive, but again, I couldn't resist because of the skull. I do my own leather work, and this is the quiver that I made to for my compound bow. It's my design, hand stitched. The arrows I fletched myself. And this is like a utility area for when you're out in the field. I made the knife. It has some tools there for the bow, and this is the release. I'll try and get that out for you and show you how it works. There we go. Basically, it's what's called excuse me, a quick release. You press down, this goes on onto the bowstring. Press that down, it's locked in. Pull the bowstring back. When you're ready, let go. It really makes for a smooth release, and it means that I miss the target by less than what I would normally do. The knife and scabbard I made, and the knife is Damascus steel. It's a horn handle. Simple, straightforward, but easy for digging the arrows out of logs and trees when I miss, which is fairly frequently, unfortunately. The scabbard's made out of brass and leather. What else have we got here? Helmet, mini helmet. Another one up there, that's a Viking helmet. One of the ships that I've made. And this is a what they call an infinity mirror. Basically, I've made this from designs on the net, and the way you do it basically is I had some leftover PVC piping that I cut and then put LED strip lights inside with a mirror at the back and glass with an opaque cover on the front. It changes colours all the time, and it's just something that intrigues me. You can find instructions on how to do this on the net, but if you just look up infinity mirror, and basically the idea is that it gives you the perception that it goes into infinity. I don't know whether you can see that or not, but some more arrows that will be the backup for the others that I break when I hit rocks and things like that. Helmet, and this is the racing corner. This is when I used to race my car. I haven't done it for a while now, but I was just watching a video the other day. That's my car there and me racing it. But I watched a video the other day, and I'm serious about getting back into it again. I really enjoyed it. It was a good adrenaline rush. Some more boats that I've made over time. This is a Viking axe that I made. It might be a little bit hard to see because of the backlighting. There's my dear little pusser that's now passed on. Dress sword, kindly given to me by my neighbour up the road. He knew I was into blades. Here's another one. This is a pirate cutlass to go with the ship, or in that sort of vein. This is a skull that I made out of modelling clay and gave it a few theatrical props to make it look a little bit more piratey. Some beautiful handmade leather cases that came from New Mexico. They're fantastic. At the desk, this is a fountain pen that I picked up in Sydney. It's in it's in the mode of a dragon. It's beautiful, and it's great to write with too. Fountain pen. Oops. There we go. What else? Here we go. A schooner. Just the bare bones. No sails. And this is a leather armband that I made, or arm guard that I made, because unfortunately, at one stage there, I had an arrow explode on me just as I released it. So it broke off and went through my arm. So I've made this for the forearm to protect it. And I'll show you the little culprit over here. I've kept it just to remind myself that bad things can happen even when you don't believe they can. I had to go to the GP to get the shards of carbon taken out of the wound. It was wasn't very pleasant. Frightened the life out of me. This is a replica of an Owen submachine gun that is an Australian invention used from from about 1943 in the Second World War through to the Vietnam conflict. very much revered because it wouldn't jam even if it was pushed you know, a foot under in mud, so it was very, very popular with the troops in New Guinea. My father's war medals. Anyhow, mate, I think that that's given you a bit of an understanding of my captain's cabin. I hope this finds you well, and thank you very much for your videos, and I find them very informative, and it's really increased my interest in horology. Anyhow, ciao from Mount Tamarine.